Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Believe you can and you are half the way there. With this quote, I would like to say that only when one believes in himself, he or she can achieve success. So believe in the talents you have and have a very successful life in future. Today, we are going to learn a poem. It is a fable. The poem 1, The Ant and the Cricket. This is a fable that conveys a moral. So it means a poem and it gives a message to us. So this poem is about an ant and a cricket. So we will going to see the significance of a four-legged insect cricket in this poem. So what is the moral behind the poem? Enjoy and live today, but plan and save for future. So even though we enjoy our everyday life, we have to plan and save something for our tomorrows. As I said you, this is a fable. So let us see what is a fable. A fable is a story about animals that has a moral. So if I say it is a moral, it means it gives a message. So the poet is trying to give a message through the story of animals. So here in this poem, the poet will be giving a human characteristic to the animals, and with that he is going to give us some message. So in this poem, before going to the poem, let us see what are the significance of the ant and the cricket. So if you talk about ants, ants are social insects of the family. Ants form colonies and they live in ant hills. Ants have workers, soldiers, drones and queens. So if you talk about ants, you would have seen ants how they are. So they work together. They are worker soldiers. They are soldiers there. They have queens. So the work of the workers will be always to collect the food, and the soldiers will be protecting themselves, and the queens and the male ants will have the job of laying the eggs. So they will always live together and do all their work together. So this is about the ants. And if you talk about the crickets are coming from the family of grasshoppers and locusts. So if I talk about locusts, now you would have heard a lot of news about the locusts, how they have come to India and all that. So that is about the cricket. And the male crickets, they chirp like birds. So they make sounds like just like a bird. So this was about the ant and the cricket. Now let us see about the poet. So the poet is Aesop. So if you talk about Aesop, he was born in 260 BCE and he died in 564 BCE. Now he was a Greek poet, and most of his poems were fables, and it is collectively known as Aesop's fables. Now if you talk about the existence of this poet, it is very unclear because there is no written evidence about the poems, about the fables, or even about the poet. So there's no pictures also been there. It is only through the stories and the storytelling about talking about them, speaking about them, we have come to know about these poet, that is Aesop. So now these poems are all collected together, all the fables are collected together, and it is known as Aesop's fables. So this is about the poet. Now let us start reading the poem. So the ant and the cricket. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. So here we see the poem is starting to talk about a young cricket. So he was very young, and in his young age and during the summer and till the spring, he is enjoying the warmness, the beautiful greenery, everything. He is enjoying singing and dancing. He is moving around. And as the winter has come, after the winter has come and the full place was covered with snow, he is going and searching for food inside his cupboards. So once he opens his cupboard, all the cupboards are empty there because he has not saved anything for the winter season. So now he says, not a crumb to be found on the snow covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. So here in the winter season, he is going and searching for food. So because of it is a winter season and the whole ground is covered with snow, he cannot see one flower there, nor he can see any leaf on the tree. Everything is covered with snow. Everything is white. So now he is very worried now. Oh, what will become, say, the cricket of me? So he is now worried that he doesn't have a food and is thinking what will happen to himself. At last, by starvation and famine, made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant to see if to keep him alive he could grant. So here, because of starvation and famine means fully the area is there's no food, there's no water, nothing is there. So at that stage, he is like dripping with wet, means because of the chillness he is fully getting wet, and he was trembling with cold because it's winter season and there is a lot of snowfall there. So he's trembling there, shivering there with cold. So with this, he just thought of going to miserly ant. So he thought of going to the ant and ask him just to survive that he could grant him some food or something. So he wants to go to ant. Him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain, he wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. So when he thinks of going to the ant, now he thinks that he wants a shelter and just he wants one grain to eat. That's all he wants from a ant. And he said that he doesn't want it, to get it from him. He just want to borrow, and after some days he will repay it after some time. So he just want to say this to the ant. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. So now he is thinking that if he is not going and asking to the ant, then he is going to die of starvation. Starvation means without food, and sorrow, because of this difficult period he will be dying here without the food and shelter. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not. So here the ant. Now ant is telling that I am your servant. It is telling that I am your servant and I am your friend. But I cannot give you anything because we ants, the quality of ant is it never borrow, it never lend. So it is always independent on itself. It is not depending on anybody for food, and it is not giving also food to anybody. That is his quality. So here he is telling, I cannot give you anything, he is telling. And then he is posing a question to the cricket that what were you doing in the warm season? What did you do? Why didn't you collect food at those period? It is asking the cricket. So the cricket is telling, no, I didn't do anything. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. So here the cricket is giving an answer that no, I didn't collect, because the day and night was so beautiful that I was singing and enjoying the nature like anything. I didn't do anything at those period. I just enjoyed my life. So here the ant is again saying, you sang, sir, you say? Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket. So here he asked him, what did he do in the summer, when he says that he was singing. So now the ant is telling him, very good, you were singing in the summer, now you go and dance and send the winter also away from your life, he is telling. And then hastily he is just lifting the cricket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Fox called this a fable, I will warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. So here in the end of the poem, the ant is actually just lifting the wicket and just putting him out of the door and pushing him, sending him away. So here in this poem, the poet at the end of the 2 lines, it is talking about that the cricket, some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. So here there is a comparison being done between the 4 legs and 2 legs. It means the poet is comparing the cricket with a human being. that even humans are very lethargically living their lives when they are just enjoying the present moment and they are not thinking about their future. Okay, so what is the message that is being conveyed through this poem is, when we are young we must spend our time working and planning for the future. So this is the right time. You children also are very young, so you must plan about your future. So here the cricket enjoyed all the moments of the summer and the spring, and he did not think about the cold and difficult moments that are going to come in the winter, where everything is going to be covered with snow and he will not get food. Okay, so he never thought about that. He was just enjoying the present moment, the current moment. So that we must not do. As children you must enjoy, and even when you are enjoying you must plan and work for your future. So next, when you talk about the ant was occupied all through summer and spring collecting food for the winter and storing it safely. So we must always be like the quality of ant, that he is always working very hard and they are always together. First thing is they are together, always together, and the second thing is they are always planning for their future, for the winter season. So that's a very good qualities that we have to accustom ourselves also. As children we must also try to follow to be like an ant and not to be like cricket. So this is the message that we are conveying. So thank you children, have a safe and a happy day. Thank you.